Hello. We're going to optional dungeon for Stormblood. The Jade Stoa.
It begins. Receive of me, my children of man and quiet.
This is part of the Four Lords quest line in Stormblood. So, yeah. There's a whole story here if you're into like the stories of these raids and stuff, these trial fights. Okay, so the boss's name, Byakko, you know? Cool. Main tank's gonna turn the boss around. Storm Pulse. This is gonna be a raid wipe. Heavenly Strike. This is a tank buster. Look at this blue frog. Okay. State of Shock. See how like it was the boss was facing this way first, but then it turned to me. So it will turn to a random person, and when the cast goes off, it'll basically like that. So first he stunned me, and then swooped me up. It's this. I'm in the mouth of this part. It's like kind of like his arm. But yeah, here's one more time. So it'll turn to a random person, throw a ball of energy at him, stun, and then you get swooped up, okay? After that, there will be a stack marker just randomly on the stage, and people need to like pile up there to soak the damage, because what's gonna happen is the boss is gonna toss the person that got swooped up in the mouth over there, like slam them over there, okay? So it's kind of the situation. So random person, it just happened to be me, swooped up, stack marker, or would it pile up? Highest stakes, okay, so that's the thing, see, it just slams down. And so we all share the damage there. And then after that, the person is free. Okay? Immediately after though, we have this sweep the leg situation, and it cleaves 3/4 of the stage. It just happens to be wherever that stack marker is pointing towards there. And so you need to immediately like run back. You can run through the boss's hitbox, that's fine. So you want to get out of the way of that. Okay, Heavenly Strike is the tank buster. Stay away from the tank. Tank mitigate. That's nice. Allergies are bad today. Okay, Unrelenting Anguish. So he'll turn a certain direction. And we've got, like, let's see. I don't think that animation necessarily does any attack, any damage to us. Yeah, it just looks fancy, okay? So this just looks fancy, but what's important is right after, there are these orbs that are gonna go out. This Storm Pulse does do a raid wipe though. Okay, so these orbs are coming out of here, and if you get hit with them, then you get a vulnerability up. And you also take some damage. See, there's this person over here who is just hanging out, like right in the middle. They were staying right there, and so they ended up getting 4 stacks because the red orbs were spawning where that person was standing, so they almost died to that. Okay, here it is. VL. Check out where they're standing. See, there's only right in the middle. And that happens to be where the orbs are spawning, see? So they're getting constantly hit with these, and so they're getting the vuln stack. So you want to be careful not to stand too close to, is it the epicenter? Is that the define epicenter? The point of Earth's vertical. It's like, that's like You know what I mean? Is like the point where it's gonna happen. Dang. The point on the Earth's surface that is directly above the focus of an earthquake. Okay, it's not an earthquake, but you know what I mean, right? It's like right at the center of where these orbs are coming out. So careful not to stand in the hitbox during that point. And the orbs are kind of just coming out wherever. Okay, so you legit just gotta dodge it. Like, look and dodge. Okay, so then the raid Y goes off. The storm pulse thing. Storm pulse, okay. So we're dodging these orbs. Watch out for the raid Y that comes out. And then after that, there's this fire and lightning thing. It is a line AoE. It's pretty large and it's colored, so you just get out of the way. Get out of the way of the line AoE and also dodge these orbs. I think we're gonna get another one. Yep, so we get another of this fire, lightning, whatever thing, line AoE, so you dodge that again. And then he'll jump off somewhere, again still dodging these orbs, and then he'll do another one of these line AoEs. Okay, so just lots of dodging here. Okay, so okay, he jumps off to the side and okay, sure. He separates. Okay, so we got the main boss here separating to this other little one. So now we're fighting just this one. So if you're the main tank, make sure to grab aggro on this before it attacks other people. Just as like even though it's not the boss, it's still very much like a heavy hitting one. Because it's like sometimes you get like little ads and it's fine if other people hit them, but like this one's still basically considered boss, right? So other people can take damage from that. Here we've got AoEs to dodge immediately after, so careful when you're transitioning into this phase. If you step in this thing, you get a bleed. So, and it has the white mark above it, and so you can use a Suna on that. Okay, so here we have a flare marker. The tank died because I think... See, okay, I lost focus there for a moment. I was thinking about all sorts of things about... I was like, why was I so gung-ho on like making sure that the tank picks up this one instead of like because I went on a whole thing about it. Because that's why. Because I was remembering when I ran this, that's what happened. Okay, see? He'll do this swipe thing. Do you see that? Okay. He turns... Look at people's health. Okay, for one, this person has like 6 full stacks. That's from like the whole orb situation from before. Fine. But people were all bundled up, okay? Because they were all running towards the big boss over here, but then the big boss split into this little one, okay? And so the main tank is trying to grab this dude, but this little buddy does this swipey thing, okay? And when the swipey thing happens, that's meant for just the tank to take, but this person happened to be over there, and so see how much damage they took? A bunch. So that's why it's important for, one, the tank to pick up this guy immediately and then point him away from people. It's not just like a regular ad that will just like do a little damage here and there. It's still considered like a lethal boss ad thing. Okay, so look, this person's still dying. They've got a bleed on them that again you can use a Suna on, but because they got swiped by the thing, they're almost dying. Okay, now the tank has a Vuln stack and is also bleeding. How'd they get the Vuln stack? Okay, they've had it for a while. Sure, they might have just gotten hit with one of the orbs or something. EB, where are you? Right here. Yeah, I think they got hit with an orb. So yeah. So they had a bone stack. I think they stepped in this thing. Yeah, they're like stepping in this thing, and so they got the bleed. They're trying to get it facing away from everybody. Okay, their health is very low though, because they're getting hit with... They had the bleed for a little bit, and then they have the vulnerability up, and then they're getting swiped with this stuff, and so they need to really be using mitigation for stuff. But then they get swiped again. Okay, so, and they did try, but you see how dangerous that can be if like some other person pulled aggro from this first. Anyway, okay, so that's why it's important for tanks to hold aggro. Okay, so I popped my tank stance on to control the situation, and the main tank will get the flare marker. This flare marker means if you are not the one with the flare marker, you run away. Go away, because there will be a lot of damage here. People still took damage, okay? Like, it's not like you don't take damage, but you want to run as far as you can away from the person with the flare marker. See, everyone had like full health, but they only stood kind of like halfway away. And I mean, yeah, look at how much damage everyone took. Oh yeah, and this person straight up died because, you know, they had the 6 bone stacks. Okay, anyways, so after the flare marker situation, we get the fire, lightning, whatever thing again. Just dodge out of this. Get out of the way. DL, they were raising. They were committing to the raise, and they're straight up in the fire, lightning thing. And so the other healer rescued them. You can see them get yanked over. We got the raise out though, I believe. Okay, so pretty sure they were raising the tank there. So here, the main tank's coming back in here, or the other tank, and I'm just like, okay, if you want to take it, that's fine. But sometimes when I'm tanking, like if it seems like the other tank wants to be the main tank, and they're coming back from like dying, I'm like, okay, you can take it back. Like, I'll shirk to them. I actually didn't have shirk on my bar, but that's fine. Like, I'll turn my tank stance off if they like provoke or whatever. But I always make sure they have like full health, or at least better health, before I give it back to them. But here, the roar of thunder. This is like taking a while. I thought it was gonna be some huge raid wide. But then, so I popped my wings out because I was like, maybe we need to hide from this. But it's actually a very like slow cast. So, you can consider this like the DPS check. You want to take out this little ad before the roar of thunder goes off, or else the raid wide afterwards was gonna be like super long, super big. Let's see. Damage inflicted by roar thunder will depend on how much health this means. You must burn down. Okay. So this wiki is saying that depending on how much health it has left by the time this cast goes off is how much damage you'll take, relatively. So the less health it has by the time the cast goes off, the less damage you'll take. Okay. So yeah, you straight up just do damage to this little guy. This little guy, his paw is like the size of, well, I am the size of his paw. Okay, so we took a bit of a raid ride here, and we are all down for the count. Okay, it goes away, and then the main boss comes back, and he's, you know, being cool, and now we're sucked into this vacuum. This was a very difficult mechanic for me. And all the times I've run it, I've always died. So it's kind of sad, but yeah, this, if you're dead, you still are up here kind of spinning. So the situation. There's this ring, okay. This is actually a death ring. And I'm pretty sure that's why I've died all the time. But I just didn't know it at the time. Like, it was back before I made guides. So you need to pan your camera because stuff will be coming at you from the bottom. Okay, the boss is down there and he's going to be pushing stuff up from the bottom. These orbs. And you gotta like figure out where the orbs are coming at and dodge them. I'm very Z-axis challenged, and so this is very hard for me. Even though it's basically like a 2D game. I don't want to talk about physics. Anyway, okay, so here we have, this is considered a donut AoE, even though it's not orange. This is the clear spot, okay? So you gotta float your way over there into the clear spot so you don't get swiped. And then you spread out, and then now you've got this whole thing. Yeah, if you get motion sickness, this is like an awful fight. Oh, poor person is still spinning dead. But yeah, so there's lots of dodge. And then remember to look down to dodge these orbs coming up. And then dodge the light, the long thing. Look at this. Look at this. Oh my god, I was trying to dodge these and then I hit the edge, okay? Okay, also, oh look, if you get hit with this thingy, you get vulnerability up. If you hit the edge, you die. You just straight up die. And so, yeah, it's sad times. And then, looks like we get the donut thing again, so go into the middle. Now I'm just spinning upside down. Okay, dodge this line AoE. I'm very bad at this. I don't like panning my camera in this whole situation, and so, like I said, I always die in this mechanic. I think I have some other footage. How are we? Yeah, let's just. I don't think I died in this one. This is the first time I didn't die. Let's watch this one since this is kind of a lot. We'll just go from the beginning. I was machinist for this one. There's a little breather here. Okay, starting off we have the raid wide. Heavenly Strike is the tank buster. State of Shock, it will pick a random person, stun them, and then grab them, and then the rest of us go stack up. Soak some damage, and then it's going to do the 3/4 of the stage move, so run across the safe spot, okay. Tank buster. Look, this person's in pajamas. The little things. Has he been wearing shoes? Okay, I'm being distracted. Okay, Unrelenting English. So it's like the fake out animation that doesn't do anything, but then the orbs come out. Okay, so you gotta watch out for the orbs. Storm Pulse is the raid wide. Okay, Fire Lightning, watch out for the line AoE. I stood in it just to see. You get a decent amount of damage. No Vuln Stack though. You get Vuln Stack if you get hit with these though. Fire and Lightning again, dodge out of that. He'll jump to the side and then do the line AoE again, so dodge out of that. Jumps off to the other side, separates the little guy. Okay. Watch out for the AoEs on the ground. Also, don't stand up with a tank or else you're gonna get swiped. They got swiped. Okay. Yeah, don't stand up there. Oh, I got swiped again. Okay, flare marker, run away from the tank. Or run away from whoever has a flare marker. See how we didn't take as much damage because we were a lot further away. Also, we had some shields and stuff, but like, yeah, you want to run further. Like, you don't want to stand right here, you know? Okay, line AoE, dodge that. Okay, just do a lot of DPS here. Oh man, we did the whole thing. The cast is still going, but we already took the damage down. So when this goes off, we probably won't be getting hit with that much damage. Yeah, it was barely anything. We also had really good shields. So, okay, this is the vacuum tornado situation. So much spinning. I sound so enthusiastic, right? Oh my god. Legit. Anytime, like, this is just the normal version too, you guys, okay? It's so difficult. Okay, you gotta move your camera, figure out where the orbs are coming up. Like, I try not to just go, like, exactly bird's eye. I try to go at an angle a bit because I have such a hard time, like, when the orbs are coming up, like, if they're actually gonna be right there or if they're being, that's the whole thing. Okay, donut, go to the middle. Don't touch the outside when you're dodging. Wow, you dodged out of this line AoE. I think at this point when I was running this one, I was like, I'd rather just get hit with the red orb instead of going on the outside and dying again. So, you know, I think I managed. Okay, the donut one, go in the middle. Dodged out of the line AoE. Yeah, no more games. Okay, there we go. We passed this part. Oh, okay, and then we get tossed on the ground, and then it's the next phase. Okay, okay, let's go over here. So he's like boosting up and stuff. Oh wait, yeah, I had to come back from the dead. So there's like a huge raid wide. Okay. So, actually, wait, let's just watch that over here. Sorry, this wasn't the next phase yet. The music hadn't changed. So, when we get tossed from the air, the boss will go off to the side, and we'll get hit with a big raid ride. Whoa, look at those shields. Wow, it didn't touch our health at all because of the shields. So it was impressive. Okay, let's go back to the one. Am I the tank? Am I the main tank? Oh yeah, I'm the main tank. Okay, so Heavenly Strike is the tank buster. The other person was standing right next to me though, but unfortunately I didn't have my shirk. And when we first dropped down, you can't see because I have the little thingy here, but like when we first dropped down, when the boss could be targeted again, it was attacking like somebody else because they hit him first. And so that's why I was like, my tank stance was still on, and I made sure to grab, I used provoke to make sure I could grab the boss away from other people, but the other tank didn't take it back or take it from me, and so it was kind of like tricky business, right? But they're still standing here, and so it's kind of, it can be hard on the healers eventually if both tanks are taking hits when they don't need to. And so that's why whenever I'm off tanking, I just stand off to the side so I don't get hit with the tank busters unnecessarily. Some tank busters do need to be shared, but okay, anyway. So this move, we got 4 arrows going off. Okay, and so that means there's going to be AoEs going this way, like this. Okay. So you want to find the safe spot first because you can get tripped up once the second set comes out. Okay, so the second set is basically like the first one. It's just rotated a little bit. See, now it's going. It's like this. It can be not distracting, but confusing if you don't see the very first set. So that's why I always try to like position myself in the safe spot first, and then I know the second set that comes out, I wait. Okay, so the first set will go off first, and after the first hit, that's when I move. I see the first one go off, and so then I start moving into that spot. The second one goes off. I think I end up getting hit with the second one. Yeah, so you get paralyzed and you take some damage. But then that allows me to then get out of the way of the second set. So, okay, sorry. I said second one and then second set. So the first one goes off. The first hit of the first set goes off. The second hit of the first set goes off. I move over out of the way so that the second set then goes off, and I'm not standing in this way, so I move over here. I hope that makes sense. Wait, now you can't see me. Wait. Okay, so I move over, and then now the next one's gonna go off over here. Okay, that's how you dodge that. I didn't dodge it in this situation, but that's typically how you would. Okay, in the middle of all this lightning situation, some people are gonna get these circle AoEs, and you want to spread those apart. This person kept following me though. I think it's because I had the boss, and they might have been trying to just stay with the boss, and so they kept following me with their AoE. Oh, eventually they went off to the side. Okay, so you want to keep that away from people. Immediately after though, we have this distant clap thing, which is a donut AoE, so go into the hitbox. Or be like these other two over here, they went all the way outside. See, there's somebody standing here, and there's somebody back there. See, the frog ran out because because of the way the boss is more over here on this side of the stage. There's a little bit of spot on the stage over here that has clear space. If the boss was like legit in the middle of the stage, then nowhere on the stage would be free except for this spot. But because I happen to be on all the way over here, I pulled the boss all the way over here, and there was a safe spot. Not that I did it intentionally, it's just because I was trying to run away from AoEs and stuff. But yeah, okay, so you have some spaces you can clear out of. Okay, so we got this situation again. Find the clear spot right between the two, and then wait for it to go off, and then run into the safe spot. Okay. While that's happening, the boss is gonna do State of Shock. So that's the one where he stuns somebody and then swoops them up and then tosses them. So there. You just stun this person, swoop them up, and then he's gonna toss them over here. So while all this lightning's going off, I'm making my way over here to soak some of the damage. Okay, and then he does it again. He grabbed me again. And it's gonna toss me. Okay. And then sweep the leg so we go behind him. Yeah, that was a twofer. They grabbed two different, well, one person at a time, but it happened twice. Okay? Spread out the AoEs. Watch out the Why? Why do this? It's not a shared thing, okay? I'm not sure why this tank kept doing that. But yeah, they kept coming at me with their AoEs and stuff. You don't want to share those. I think they were just very much trying to get closer to the boss, and I just happened to be at the boss all the time because I was main tank. And so, yeah, eventually, I think they, use provoke, or eventually they get the boss back, and I'm like, okay, if you want to be main tank, that's fine. And so then I just get out of the way. See, so Heavenly Strike is gonna be the tank buster. Yeah, I took off my tank stance, so I was like, alright, I don't want to be there, and also if they're running everything into me, it's not great. So now we've swapped. Like, it's not the best situation, but yeah, because the boss is like all up in this corner, we didn't really have a space to stand. There's not enough time to run out over here, and also this is kind of like a ledge, so it was not the best positioning for this. Yeah, I tried. Yeah, I think a lot of people got hit with that. Oh yeah, so they get knocked back and stuff. So this is some of the tricky, kind of funny things that can happen if like people aren't on the same page with like who's tanking, like, and then just experience in general. Like, I didn't know that was gonna happen, you know. I didn't know this leg sweep thing was gonna happen immediately after. However, like, for example, given my experience with tanking in general, if the boss was all over here and I was main tank, I just by default would try to pull the boss closer to the center, just because that's naturally what I've learned to do. But yeah, this is a good reason why people kind of tell you to do things like that, because all of a sudden certain moves can happen where people will need space to do things, and if you don't know the fight, you don't know when it's gonna happen. And that's what happened here. We happened to get this configuration, and it's like, oh, how do we stand here? It seems like there might be spot, but is like very tight in the corner, because like I was running right here and I could tell that there was a collider, and so I tried to get as far in as I could. Okay, so that's why sometimes people say certain things to do certain things, and there is a meaning behind it, like far back. Like if you look into older fights, older like experiences, there's reasons why people say to do certain actions and stuff. Anyway, okay. Unrelenting Anguish. I just noticed that he ends up having this thingy, Unrelenting Anguish, as like a buff. And so the orbs are coming out, and then Storm Pulse is going to be the Rage Light. Oh, multiple. Okay. Dodge out of these orbs and get out of that line AoE. Okay, spread out the AoEs while dodging the orbs. Okay, get out of this line AoE. Okay, yeah, and again, okay, so it looks like the tank has picked up that, okay, I shouldn't leave the boss here, I should bring it out, and so that's good. Just in case, you know? Okay, but then, okay, so, look, I'm not laughing at the tank, I'm just at the situation. Okay, so the tank pulls the boss out. That's cool. Now everyone's behind the boss, okay, because we already happen to be here. But then he turns him around, okay, so that he is up north now with everybody else, but then everybody else is already over here. And so what that now means is he's standing right next to these other people, and then this tank buster's going down, and then this person dies because the tank ran the boss out here and then ran back this way. And so there's some, I mean, this is something that you'll just pick up over time as you practice tanking. Like, yes, you want to move the boss over here, and yes, people do say generally the tank wants to point the boss north, but there's like some relativity to this, right? If you were already over here and everyone was already in the back, just keep it like that. Like, that's the reason why generally you would stand north. because then people start south and they stand behind. The reason, like the most important reason to do things is to keep everybody else safe. Like as a tank, your job is to keep everybody else safe. Keeping the attacks on you, everybody else is safe back here. And so by being too rigid and pulling the boss away from the side, going to the middle, which is good, and then turning him around again, results in situations like this where other people aren't expecting that and they don't react fast enough to get out of the way, and then they can die. Okay, so nothing against this tank in particular. I have the footage, so I want to explain that. Like, this is something that just comes up as you are learning how to tank. Like, these situations will pile up and you'll learn from it. Just like before, the tank kept the boss over here and then they learn from that, right? And so these are just little things to pay attention to if you're trying to learn how to be like a better tank, better healer, better player, and things like that. Okay, this is also still just like a normal version of a fight, and so it's not that big of a deal. Like, honestly, it's also still just a video game, so it's not that big of a deal. Like, no one's gonna get their feelings hurt. I'm just kidding. A lot of people get feelings hurt when you're playing online games and stuff like that, but it's okay. We can all learn together. Storm Pulse, raid wide, okay? Okay, now we got the one in the back, okay. So everybody run over here. Storm Pulse again, raid wide. Okay, we got someone doing limit break. Nice. Okay, that was... Let's watch this one. Let's watch it in real time. We're in Stormblood, you know? This is when you're getting into the flow of things, figuring out what jobs you like to do, what classes you like. This is the tank buster. Oh man, look at the... Okay, somebody's standing up here with the tank. So they get... Okay, so it happens to be both tanks. Okay. Whereas, stand in the safe spot, wait for the first one to go off, and then go into the safe spot. There we go. AoEs, just dodge or move away from other people. Okay, donut, go into the hitbox. Okay, safe spot again, wait for the first one to go off, and then go in safe spot. State of shock, someone's gonna get stunned and swooped up, okay? Go to the stack marker to help soak some damage. Okay, somebody else is gonna get swooped up. Oh, you're mine. Okay, they got swooped up. We'll have another stack marker on the other side of the stage. Okay. Go behind the boss. Dodging that thing. Spread out for these AoEs. Watch out for the line AoE. Okay, so even this tank over here kept the boss over here. I mean, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. I think even in this configuration, if he ended up doing that move, there would have been a clear spot over here for us. But anyway. Okay. That was a lot. Let's watch a cutscene over here. Yeah, end of Stormblood. You know? Halfway through the whole story. Because right now, we're just up at Endwalker. Yeah. Yeah, around this time, people are getting the hang of, you know, doing fights with other random people, figuring out which jobs or classes they prefer to play. And so it's understandable that there's still like little things that people are working on, things like that. So just try your best, have some fun, don't get too angry at things, or if you do, find a way to process it so we don't make other people angry and then they get other people angry. It's a whole thing, you know? But chill. Goodbye.